We are going to lose everything in this country because of one con man. One con man. No one will stand up to him. No one will say that you can't do it this way. No one will say that's not the way we do things here. We are losing our democracy. We are losing our economy. We've already lost all our allies. We are the laughingstock of the entire world. And soon we're going to lose all our money. We've well on our way to losing all of our rights because of one con man, who should have been done after January 6th. Traitors try to overthrow the government. And it's beyond me how he was even allowed to run again. But it is even more beyond me that people voted for him. And now it seems perfectly clear that he is on the Epstein list. I just saw a boat go by with the Felon 47 flags on it. He can do no wrong. He will make an excuse for every single thing. And I hope you're still making the excuses when you are penniless in the street, because then he's going to pick you up and put you in some sort of institution because it's no longer legal to be homeless.
Hi, I implore you to be quiet so that we can hear his responses. Remember, Mike's coming up for a re-election, and we'd really like to know what his responses are. I'm Rosina. I write you emails with concerns of your voting behavior regarding Trump and his actions. You support him, especially confirming the cabinet. Your responses are riddled with misinformation and lies. I fact check you, and then I send the responses back. And I get crickets. If I am fact checking them because they are wrong in your response, I send them back to you and I get crickets, I get kind of bummed. And this is not about partisan, this is about issues, because we're about to lose our democracy.
My question is fiscal. With $450 million FEMA dollars being reallocated to open Alligator Alcatraz and $600 million taxpayer FEMA dollars being used to now open more concentration camps and ICE burning through $8.4 million a day to illegally detain people, how much does it cost for fascism? How much do the taxpayers have to pay for a fascist country?
I think there's a growing recognition in this country, not just with Democrats, independents, but also Republicans, that de facto the Trump presidency ends in November of next year if the American people are given a fair chance and a voice and a choice. We will take back Congress. The President of the United States recognizes that, so he wants to rig the game, wants to change the rules midterm. They're very effective at this. They've done this in the past. They've got a lot of experience doing this. He dials up Greg Abbott, says, I need 5. Instead of 12,000 votes in Georgia, I need 5 House seats. He obliges. And they're doing a midterm rejection of objectivity and independence. A act that we could criticize from the sideline, or an act that we can respond to in kind, fight fire with fire in the spirit that brings us here together today.
My question is fiscal. With $450 million FEMA dollars being reallocated to open Alligator Alcatraz and $600 million taxpayer FEMA dollars being used to now open more concentration camps and ICE burning through $8.4 million a day to illegally detain people, how much does it cost for fascism? How much do the taxpayers have to pay for a fascist country?
Because he doesn't know how to defend himself, because all they have done, all the MAGA, all the Donald Trumps are GOP, and the culprits, some would say, and the felonies have done is actually go against the will of the people. They fear the election. They're trying to rig. And this guy did unspeakable thing, I think. He said they will never get free medication from this government, but you guys are dedicating 200 million for a ballroom. 200 million for ballroom. While the Americans who are suffering, who can't afford the 200, even $1 medication bill. So what is the government doing?
Did Russia just say that they have compromising videos of Trump? Because that's the rumor going around the internet. And I checked and I did see a tweet. So here's what is going on. Former president of Russia, Dmitry Medvedev, put out a tweet that said that Israel is not the only country that has compromising video of Trump. And that's interesting, because what? Like, drop it. Drop it. I don't understand what the holdup is. What are you waiting for? What's going on? And why are two countries now saying that they have compromising videos of the President of the United States? Doesn't that cause security concerns or a way for him to be manipulated into doing things? Fucking just drop the video. Because we all know that he has been up to no good. So I don't know what the holdup is here. So yeah, the former president of Russia said that there's compromising videos of Trump and that he has them. Interesting. Let me know your thoughts.
Hello, Texas Governor Greg Abbott. I'm Linda. I've never had to make back-to-back videos about the same topic, but your ridiculous bluster makes this video important. You see, I want to talk about how impotent you are. No, not that kind of impotent. I mean powerless. You're no longer in charge of Texas. What's more, you've admitted it. Trump demanded a redistricted map, so you had no choice but to make Texas do his bidding. Just like Mike Johnson gave Trump the gavel, you have ceded the great state of Texas. You called a special session to ram through Trump's gerrymandered district map. In response, the Texas Democrats left town. So to look powerful, you sent out the Texas Rangers to locate and arrest the Texas Democrats. Except the Texas Rangers have no authority outside of Texas. Next, you issued arrest warrants, thinking those would make you look tough. But like the Rangers, those warrants are not enforceable outside of Texas. So then you resorted to calling the Texas lawmakers potential felons. Potential felons? Failure to show up for a legislative session is a civil offense. Now you've threatened to have their seats declared vacant. This unprecedented action would require individual lawsuits against each member and new elections to fill their seats, a move legal experts call futile. There's even talk of redrawing the state house maps to further disenfranchise Texas voters. And then, in a final desperate attempt to look commanding, you've threatened felony bribery charges to any Democrat who receives funds in connection with their leaving the state, as well as any person offering those funds. Except those folks are beyond your reach. You've said, quote, real Texans do not run from a fight, unquote. Unless you're Ted Cruz and a bad storm hits the state. Unless you're a cop in Uvalde and you leave children to fight for themselves. Unless you are the governor and you make millions from energy companies who screwed Texans during a bad winter storm instead of fighting to improve the Texas power grid. Impotence. Bye, Greg. Have a nice day.
From public fatigue to political standoff, controversial policies to global threats, Donald Trump's second term is shaping up to be more chaotic than ever in his grip on power, sleeping, even as he racks up wins. Let's break it all down. Despite boasting record-breaking tax cuts through border policies and soaring tariff revenue, Donald Trump is losing by winning. According to July 2023 Axios report, Trump approval rating aren't matching his political policy victories. In fact, Republican strategist Karl Rover recently told Yahoo News, quote, Americans are already tired up of Trump. Even liberals are drained as one voter told the New York Times, we are kind of like crisis out. So public fatigue may be the real threat to Trump political survival. Meanwhile, online conspiracies theories are exploding. A claim on X suggests Russia may have compromising tapes on Trump, including Epstein-related traps. One viral post even quoted Dmitry saying the video archive of Trump immorality isn't just with Mossad. Why? Still, the whispers have reignited question about Trump's vulnerability to foreign pressure. So we can't believe everything Trump say, because look what happened or how they handled Epstein file. Critics say Trump is rolling back decades of progress on women's rights. Women Rights Watch call it a global rollback, while the National Women Law Center accused Trump of betraying promises on reproductive health. A report from NOW dated May 5 listed nearly 100 policy changes, from defunding birth control programs to blocking support for transgender athletes. They even nominated this body, a sex offender, to actually, headline sports. Supporters say it's protecting conservative values, but opponents say it's a full-scale war on gender equality. And what is happening in Texas? So over in Texas, a wild political showdown. Governor Greg Abbott has issued arrest warrant for Democrat lawmakers who fled the state to stop redistricting vote. The Texas Tribune and Reuters reported that these lawmakers went all the way to Illinois, leaving the state with no quorum. Abbott says it's about restoring order. Critics call it authoritarian overreach, and I call it being a dictator. And legally, those warrant probably don't hold up outside Texas. It's a standoff that exposes deep crack in American democracy. Then, if you think the war with Texas is over, Trump is having trade war and is heating up again, this time with India. So Reuters reported that starting August 7th, Trump plans to impose 25% tariff on Indian goods. The reason? India massive oil purchase from Russia. Now, India didn't go silent. India says it's just trying to meet energy demand, not fund Putin's war. But NBC News say Modi is ready to hit back. It's a diplomatic mess with huge economic consequence. But hola, because Trump has been supporting Israel in committing genocide against Palestine. What is the same thing here, Then, when the Trump humility isn't over, Canada just rocked the Middle East debate, announcing plans to recognize Palestine this September, joining France and the UK. All the friends of Americans are actually turning against him. So Trump, not happy. In Truth Social post on July 31st, he said these could damage trade deals. But he already damaged trade deals with how he's conducting with people. Then even The Guardian says Trump views it as rewarding Hamas, but Canada see it as a step toward peace. Now, this is another split with global allies and another flashpoint for 2025. Then if you think the war is over with other countries, there's a military tension and it's flaring. Trump recently ordered U.S. nuclear submarines repositioned near Russia. As Reuters and military.com say, it was a response to escalating rhetoric from Dmitry Medvedev. Russia is now warning the USA to back off. And recently, actually, we have seen that Russia has scrambled the F-32 jets in response to this. So this is just a saber rattling. It's a high-stake nuclear brinkmanship with no room for error. Then, and finally, Trump legacy. So a project, Trump's legacy of project, 2,000 million or $2 million square foot White House ballroom. Imagine, after all those things, set to break ground this September, critics are calling it a tone-deaf vanity project. CNN call it legacy play. NPR say it's happening while real national priorities are ignored. For Trump, it may be about legacy. For the public, it's just another example of disconnect. Now, if you think everything is going as planned, now, from public exhaustion to foreign threats, domestic domestic fights with international flare-ups, Trump president isn't anything but stable. But there's a big question here. Will fatigue finally catch up with him, or in chaos, the secret is staying his power? So drop your comments in the comments, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe for more hard-hitting political breakdowns. And tell us what you think about this video in the comment section. Thank you.